Many of the horses you encounter will be used to wearing a head collar and being handled. However, if a horse has not previously had much human contact, it is unlikely to be used to wearing a head collar and taught to respond to pressure signals. In these situations, it may be more appropriate to move and transport the horse loose. There are other instances when it may be better for the horse's welfare to move it loose rather than try to catch and lead it in a head collar. These include a horse that has an injury to the head that prevents them from wearing a head collar, a horse that has been abused or badly treated and shows extreme fear or flight response when in close proximity to humans, and also young foals. In most cases, once the person is close enough, they slowly and steadily put the lead rope around the horse's neck and then put the head collar on. Instead of putting the head collar on in one movement, the process should be broken down into smaller stages and the horse rewarded for standing calmly at each stage with a food reward. This helps to avoid fear or anxiety and may change the horse's perception of being handled into one that predicts a positive outcome next time. If the person lunges for the horse's head in an attempt to secure it, the sudden rapid movement and restraint may trigger a more extreme flight response. When applying a head collar, approach the horse's shoulder from the front. Stand next to the horse's shoulder facing forwards in the direction of the horse's head. Put your hand under the horse's jaw and up over its nose. If you have control of the horse's head, you may be able to prevent it from moving. Pull the head collar up over the horse's nose and then pull the headpiece over behind the horse's ears. Fasten the clip and adjust the fit as necessary. Make sure the noseband is not too low on the horse's nose, as this may cause it to slip off if the horse moves, leaving you with no control. Also, as horses only breathe through their nose, this may restrict breathing and create panic. The lead rope is clipped to the ring underneath the chin. As you can see with these head collars, they can be fitted from either side if you're not able to approach from the left. Always make sure the clips are secure and not likely to come undone. Here we can see a more traditional style of head collar being put on that you may see more frequently. As the pony is smaller, I am able to put my hand over the top of the head to access the strap that goes behind the ears. The buckle is then done up and secured, always tucked in to prevent it from coming undone, and the head collar is checked to ensure it's all in the right place, with the clip being underneath the horse's chin. This example shows you how horses can move their head around, and it's important to be aware of this and make sure you're standing at the side of the horse's head and be aware that they may move around, so you need to be able to get out the way quickly. When you don't have a head collar available, you may be able to use an improvised halter to secure a horse. This can be done with any rope with a loop in the end. So here we're showing you the loop end of the rope is placed over the horse's neck, another loop is made which is placed over the horse's nose. You then need to make sure this is all sat in the correct place behind the horse's ears, so you need to go on both sides to check that it's sitting correctly on the horse's face. Here we then have the improvised halter, which can be used in the same way as a head collar. In order to secure it and stop the loop slipping down from the horse's nose, you can create a knot which allows the halter to stay in place more securely. This, however, is quite fiddly, so if you have a horse that is moving around quite a lot, it may not be safe for you to do this. For applying a head collar and improvised halter, my expert tips are: do not rush to put the head collar on, take your time and do it in steps. Do not stand in a position where you are likely to get injured. Do not pull the improvised halter too tight over the nose. And if you feel it is unsafe for you to go in and attempt to secure the horse with a head collar, rethink your plan and consider moving the horses without applying a head collar.